Hello and welcome to the Fortnightly Frontier with Meyer, Dodgenator, and Loose Unit, where we talk about spaceships for about a while. Was that awkward enough?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
More awkwardness. I demand more awkward.
Hi guys, welcome to the Fortnightly Frontier, where we talk about spaceships and girls.
And girls. What girls? Oh wait, no, there are some girls around.
Where?
True.
Not here,
Oh.
but somewhere.
Somewhere.
On the
They
internet.
exist. We do not deny their existence. Or lack thereof. Yes. Anyway, what is up this fortnight? Still, no. Starts as an alpha 2.0,
The hype train.
but there's a lot of hype. Yeah. Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
2.0.
2.0. Soon TM.
It's so close.
It's so close.
It's so close, I can almost taste it.
Yeah. And they're teasing us every week with more and more stuff, but you think that jump from 1.3 to 2.0 will be much longer than it, we're anticipating, because, it's a whole, 0.7 of a number from 1.3 to...
We're skipping all 1.4 through 1.9 and going straight to 2.0. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
take a long time.
I get a little bit technical here and I say, well, actually, it's a major feature release, so the version number will jump up by a significant number.
He has a point.
Whereas
Yes,
1.3 was only an iteration of 1.2, which was an iteration of 1.1, and which was an iteration of 1.0.
Ah, I see. Indubitably so.
the man makes
I concur.
sense.
Indeed, yes.
Carry on!
Carry on, yes. Okay,
You changed from a nerdy geek to an aristocratic old lady very quickly in that tribe of yours.
Why, thank you. I even have the right amount of beard for an aristocratic old lady.
it's a skill, it's a talent.
They did show us, well, they talked about the new flight changes. What's your guys' opinion on that?
I can't wait.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I don't know if that was a thing already, but they actually explained in lore why spaceships have a top speed.
Why they have a top speed? Because E equals mc squared.
Because the bullshit man said so, or what?
Well, no, it's this IFCS thing, Intelligent Flight Control System.
But that could be
Basically-
overridden, of course.
That's something I want to get to later. But the thing is that every ship needs to come to a complete stop from top speed within a certain amount. I don't know if it's time or distance, but that is what dictates its top speed.
So it's effectively like traffic laws in the real
Yeah.
world, where you have a maximum distance that the car must stop in at a certain speed.
Yes, but this is more logical because it takes into account your weight, thruster, power, and if you have cargo, if the thrusters are damaged, etc. I mean, it probably won't really work for massive or catastrophic thruster damage, but it does take those things into account. Like if you have a lot more cargo, it will really limit your top speed because you still need to slow down in a certain amount of either time or speed, distance. I don't know which one it is, but it does make sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me now, yeah.
It's the rules of the road for the space.
Yeah, and as you said, will you be able to go around that?
Override.
Install a hacked IFCS or remove it entirely?
Well, I mean, the IFCS that's going to be coming with 2.0 is going to be modular enough so that it'll just feel like you're hacking it, even though, I mean, what is there? There's precision mode, the current landing mode that takes to 100 meters per second. Then there's, space combat mode, which is what we have currently. And then you say, I want to hack the IFCS. Well, there's cruise mode after space combat mode. Once you get to
Super
your top
cruise, yeah.
Yeah. So where you go from your top speed, you press a button and then you enter cruise mode, which is like 15 to 20 seconds of acceleration till you get to a max speed. You can still try and steer yourself at that speed, but I mean as you're accelerating, but I'm guessing you'll find out soon enough why they limit your speed as you try and do that.
You lose your consciousness very quickly. Well, they did say you can still go into decoupled mode when you're at top speed in
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Cruise and just to start turning around. And then, so for instance, you're going, I don't know how fast you're going, decoupled mode, turn 90 degrees and turn coupled mode on. What happens?
Sleep
Well,
still.
if that's what G-Safe mode is for, isn't it?
I don't think
Yeah.
G-Safe mode will help you.
G-Safe technically shouldn't G-Safe be controlling the acceleration, deceleration to make sure you don't explode your forehead when
Well,
you're trying to
it
stop.
tries to, but when you're going at what, like over 1,000 meters per second or whatever it is at super cruise mode, and you go 90 degrees, and then you try and go that away, I think all your fluids are still going to be going that away, so you're going to be going
But G-Safe
that
should
away.
G-Safe should be trying to control the amount of thrust to decelerate you and change your direction at that speed. Then
Well, it said in Super Cruise mode, whenever you're turning, it'll be very slowly because the G-Save will actually limit how much you can turn the ship. So you're actually always pointing in the direction of travel. But if you go into decoupled mode, you can suddenly turn by 90 degrees, and then when you turn decoupled mode back off, it'll attempt to point you in the direction of travel.
yes, but if you if you rotate round and then try and engage your quantum drive or whatever, or change the direction, G-Safe will say, "No, I'm not going to slow you down in this sideways direction as fast as you want. I'm only going to slow you down enough that your head doesn't explode."
Well,
basically.
G-Safe at the moment really isn't as powerful as you're explaining it. Right now, with in 1.3, if you have G-Safe on and you still do a loony turn, you're going to pass out. You pass out
Yeah.
slower than when it's off.
I think that's only because it's broken.
Because it's broken, you say?
Yeah, because it used to work in 1.1, I think,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it just went.
I see.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in the Gladius, or no, it wasn't the Gladius, it was the Avenger. And when you turned it, it just brought your speed down, like to a quarter of the speed if you turn very sharply. So it would actually make sure that wherever you're pointing is also the direction you're traveling in, and it was very, very weird.
I see.
Well, it's
Yeah.
possible that at the moment it doesn't prevent you from blacking out, but it prevents you from dying.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So it still allows you to maneuver the craft in such a way that you're at the maximum limits of what you can do, but not.
So you're not pancaking against the inside of your spacesuit.
Yeah, immediately you become slightly shorter,
yeah.
like Hobbit size or something.
Yeah. I like how they mentioned with the cruise mode setting that you'll be able to not only just go 90 degrees with decoupled, like Darge said, but if you go a full 180 degrees and follow the, and you look where you were coming from, and then you engage Super Cruise going that way, you can slow down really fast as well.
Yeah, because right now in what we have, basically all thrusters are as powerful as the main thruster is. Which is a bit shit because
Doesn't really make
you
any
have
sense.
you have little tiny thrusters, directional thrusters, and you have this huge massive thing at the back end.
Yeah.
Why is it so much bigger if it's not performing any better than the rest? So yeah, in Super Cruise mode, you'll be able to unleash the full power of the main thruster, and then if you want to slow down quicker, then the maneuvering thrusters allow you will have to do a 180 and apply full throttle. Yeah, which makes sense.
Not to mention all of the hacks you can do when you overload thrusters, and that will.
I know what you mean. Hopefully,
Yeah, with boost, yeah.
Yeah, with a multi-crew ship as well. Hopefully, someone in engineering can go, more power to thrusters, Captain, and then you can have even stronger.
And they drag some sliders around, like in
Yeah.
what was the game we were playing for a while? Star Trek style, different stations.
Oh yeah.
Starship Artemis?
Artemis. Space, yeah.
yeah.
Artemis,
Yeah.
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 We should play that. Let's do it right now.
Nah.
No later.
Right
No,
now,
no.
screw the
Maybe after the
podcast.
show.
Yeah, screw the cat.
Screw the podcast. Click.
Yeah, but yeah, speaking about thrusters, another thing that they mentioned in that post was thruster error. Because at the moment, things are very mechanical. Yeah, it's a game and stuff like that, but it'd be nice to have some things to make things look a bit more organic and more high fidelity. So I like how there'll be some turbulence. Things won't always be 100%, even if your ship is 100%. I also read somewhere, I can't actually remember where I got the quote from, but I remember somebody else then referenced it on Reddit, and they said that, oh wow, I just read that there'll be damage states on the thrusters themselves, so if you get shot in the thruster, basically, then that thruster has a chance, if you shoot them like right on the thrust line, they can, there's a chance they can leak like propellant, and then so when you hit somebody, not only will they be like weakened and broken up, but like they'll be like floating to the side as well, because one thruster is constantly leaking until like it runs out of propellant or something random.
Well, but actually, it's slightly different. What I think they said is that the engine room is going to provide all the thrust, and then the pipe system inside the ship will channel it to the appropriate thruster where it's needed. But if you do rupture one of those pipes, thrust is gonna just vent out the side of the ship and push it into the direction. Yeah, that is what they said, and it's gonna be interesting. Also, yeah, you can damage one of those things, so it's not you restrict its flow.
Yeah.
And then if the person wants to yaw or something like that, that is going to be severely diminished because not enough thrust is getting to those maneuvering thrusters. As much as the input is.
This was something that was actually discussed at the very, 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 very beginning of Star Citizen when they first released it. Yeah. And they showed taking a thruster out, and the other thrusters were trying to compensate for the fact that there was one missing. So you'll also have that as well, where one can't deliver enough power, and it tries to make the calculations as to...
But that was only the thrusters there, or it's not?
Yeah, but that was also a preview as well. But the technology they're building is leading up to more awesomeness.
This game that we talk about. It's not even
this game that we spend so much time and money on.
Yeah, so where were we?
Speaking of spending money, does anybody know what's gonna happen with the anniversary sale that's coming up this month?
No idea. Looking forward to it. It'll be my first anniversary sale. I think I signed up during the last year's anniversary, and I missed the sale because I wasn't really up to it with the social media and stuff like that, so I didn't know it was happening. But I'm looking forward to this one for sure.
Is there any ship that you're hoping will be available?
Well, it depends on how much disposable income I have. But I really like to race ships. It's one of the main things I do in Arena Commander at the moment. I have a Mustang Omega, which I got. I have it's not a racer, but hopefully, if you can, I would like to see if I could upgrade my Origin Jumpworks 325A to a 350R, just to have another racer, or maybe just leave it at that and, upgrade in the verse and give myself something to do, a goal, a target. But the Xi'an Katu-Al Scout, I'm looking forward to that because apparently that is going to be a racer as well. And in the cabinet,
really,
yeah, the Katu-Al is actually a Murray Cup winner apparently. So like one of the most recent Murray Cup winners according to the lore. So I'd like to get one of those, but I don't know whether I should buy it this month or wait until I can get it in the verse.
Do you want LTI? Wait, is it been released as concept art yet?
What, the Katu-Al?
Yeah.
It was released a while ago. It's been released a while ago. There's been concept art for it. They've released new concept graphics on it in the previous around the verse, but it's not hangar ready. It's not. You can't see it in the hangar or anything.
Yeah. Then LTI is irrelevant. So.
Yeah. But as for LTI, I'm not too bothered about LTI personally because it's a nice perk, but they've been trying to stress more and more, oh, LTI is going to be that strong. Oh, don't worry about LTI. Oh, LTI isn't that great. But I don't know. We'll have to see how they flesh out insurance, to be fair, because they haven't really told us too much about it, apart from there'll be lifetime insurance, and then there'll be other kinds of varying degrees of insurance, kind of like how there is in real life.
Well, even LTI is only on the packages or on the ship that you bought. It's not on the items you have in the ship.
In
so
the
you
ship,
have to buy
exactly.
extra insurance for the weapons that you put on.
Like contents insurance and stuff like that. But it'd be funny if insurance was more like it was in real life. Where you destroy somebody else's ship and you're like, oh, crap, now I have to pay for their ship. My premiums are going to go through the roof.
Would that work, though?
Would it work?
I mean, that would seriously curb griefing, I suppose.
I guess, I mean, if we want to speculate, it would work if all you wanted to do was be a freighter, right? And so you could get like the cheapest form of insurance, which I can't remember what it's called. But with that insurance, basically, what would happen is that like anything you pay for would only cover the person's ship you break. So let's say you crash landing in a crash
Third party, yeah.
Yeah, third party insurance, or you hit another person's like ship, you know, as you're moving your freight. Then I guess that makes sense, although you won't be getting much from it yourself. But I mean, I wonder if in the verse having no insurance is illegal. You know, that'd be another funny concept.
It's possible. It really depends on how they flesh it out, how they build that system,
Yeah.
how they want it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all we have right now is LTI or different time amounts,
Yeah.
and they still haven't said how much of a compressed ratio the timeline is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, people keep scrambling for LTI simply because there is so little information about how insurance will work. And I think they've done that on purpose, because the moment they do, and they're like, oh, well, LTI really isn't that great, then people will stop scrambling for these, you know, oh, wow, oh, the Saber is out with LTI, I can only get it with LTI right now, and stuff like that, and they'll wait, and they'll be more cautious. I think it's a clever ploy.
I think they are going with that just so they can have more concept sales.
That's true, yeah. But
Possible, but they are pushing people to say that LTI is not that important.
Yeah, I would really like for them to not just say that, but also flesh out how insurance will work, even a base kind of concept of how insurance will work, because it's not fair, I feel. That
Yeah,
they just,
we're throwing money at the game, buying
Yeah,
lots
I
and lots
mean-
of stuff. We want to know why we're spending the money now and why we're not just earning it later.
Yeah, I feel it's totally not fair that they're not telling us how insurance will work, because it's one of those factors that make people buy more ships and stuff like that, because they don't know, and it's that fear that makes them buy the ship, you know. It's, you know, it's not kosher in my opinion. They should have told us more about how insurance would work before just saying, oh, by the way, if you get the ship, you get insurance. Oh, insurance, I need insurance, you know. It's
I don't need insurance. I'll never be shot down.
oh, you know.
No,
I'm more than capable of running away.
I should put insurance on my bullets.
If only.
Yeah, this one's bent. That dude hit my bullet with his ship. He bent my bullet, and I want a new one.
Yeah,
Wow.
missile insurance.
Missile insurance.
My missile was destroyed when it hit this target. Please give me another one.
Oh, wow.
No, I was just taking my missile out for a walk, and that inconsiderate asshole smashed his ship into it. Anything else we are excited about 2.0?
Well,
And-
apart from the IFCS post, they also made like just a big, broad kind of this
I
third one.
still
isn't it?
haven't read that.
You haven't?
Still haven't read it.
Oh,
No.
I made notes about it.
Oh. Okay, tell me all about it, because I tried to read it yesterday, but your stream was so interesting that I kept forgetting about it.
I appreciate that. Mario test, by the way, Mario _ test, twitch.tv/Mario _ test. That's anyway. Yeah, that's it. So, with that post, I can't remember what the post title was. I didn't put that down, but a brief summary is they said that they've gotten the ships and the environments ready for us. So that is the Stanton 3 and everything around it. What just dropped? So, they said that they've gotten the Constellation, at least one of those models, flight ready. They've got the Retaliator flight ready. The Cutlass Black's new model is also flight ready. The recharge stations, you know, those funny little drones that we saw in CitizenCon. Yeah, they're really strange. I know, yeah, it's a game and you need a fast way to repair a ship, but they looked a bit canned to me. Like, oh yeah, the androids are gonna repair my ship. But I guess I'll have to.
They
live
did
with
also say that in the final game, it's not going to be like that. This is basically just for gameplay-wise right now.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully in the future they don't just repair my ship with a special blue light, because that was a bit odd. I was like, whoa, Chris, please. Yeah. But yeah, they said that the recharge station, there'll be recharge stations to set, you know, various satellites around. I think I looked at the star map there, like, I don't know, like 6 or so satellites or more. Yeah, they said, oh, if we released it to you now, it really wouldn't do any, content justice because, they wanted to be crash-free. Crash-free. I don't know if you've ever played Arena Commander lately this patch, but crash-free is a far cry from what we have right now. Yeah.
I've never had Arena Commander crash on me.
When?
However, I haven't played it.
Well, fair enough.
I had a crash a few times, but I haven't played it in 1.3 that much, though.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, I basically just ran 1.3 for the first time today and went to look at the new unlocked area in Stanton.
Oh, yeah. But the new unlocked area is pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. One thing that really caught me, I think, I mentioned it on somebody else's stream, and then somebody else said, oh, it's an in-joke or something, but I thought it was something to do with just trying to tie in the lore together. But if you go walking around ArcCorp right now, you'll see in the new areas, it says, opening spring 30-something, right? Well, that is actually like 10 or so years behind what is supposed to be present day in the game. If you walk around your hangar and you look at your trophy cabinet, the trophy for this you got for CitizenCon has the actual present day years. So it's almost like ArcCorp is running at some kind of in the past but accelerated timeline kind of deal. Because in the time that we've been there, all of a sudden that place is open and there's construction sites. So I mean, if you want to think of it that way, it kind of works.
Yeah. It's 2945, right?
2945 is supposed to be present day, yeah?
Yeah, because 2944 I have a poster at work.
Yeah.
The Murray Cup 2944 from the Gamescom. Yeah.
So yeah, one thing that really did strike me from reading that weekly post though, was what they said about what you will actually be doing in Arena Commander 2.0. It isn't just like, oh, here's your beer's almost done.
No, it won't be just that. Your beer's almost done. What else would it be in Arena Commander 2.0?
It won't
tell us.
only just be, oh, here's the place where you can quantum drive and stuff like that, but it is actually going to try and tie in with the persistent universe as a whole, from what I read. There are going to be story elements, there's going to be a storyline. It's almost going to be like a prologue of sorts. What I have written here, it says it's going to be a story element with Crusader will be opening right up to a whole new level of gameplay, previously untouched in Star Citizen. There'll be new computer system voices, so like even the vending machines are going to be having voices like thank you for your coin, enjoy your drink, I hope you choke, that kind of thing. Yeah,
share and enjoy.
So apparently
nobody gets that.
I didn't get it. What's it from? What's the reference?
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Of course. Why didn't I get that? Anyway. Yeah, anyway, apparently everybody who is a tester who is going to be in 2.0 is going to be playing the role of a space technician. Now, I really don't know what that job description entails, but as a space technician, you'll be able to go to the job well and using a mobi glass and get jobs. You'll be able to do backstory quests, talk to pirates, work with the UEE, with security teams. Prologue. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, but you're gonna be like some nameless
goodbye
kind of
the real world, I suppose.
They've really taken away from I don't know if it'll piss off a lot of people, but I think they've really gone away from this timeline that they thought they would do a while ago with releases and how they would release it. And I think most people understand that, but there's some people out there that potentially won't.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, yeah, I recall before they wanted to release Star Marine before they did any of this stuff, but I don't know. I can't speculate because, what's happened behind the scenes. But for some reason, they're now releasing 2.0 before Star Marine.
Aren't they releasing 2.0 and Star Marine at the same time?
I don't think they're going to be co-released. What it says in that this weekly post is that they're pushing this forward with Star Marine components before releasing Star Marine. The team deathmatch kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, because they said that you can go to some location and then just have a first-person shooter fight over there.
Yeah, but it's not going to be in the way that which they envisioned you'd be able to just walk around and shoot each other for fun, like a Counter-Strike kind of game. I can't speculate why that is, why they've decided to change the schedule around. I mean, from what CIG say, Ilphonic has done their job. From what everybody else is saying, Ilphonic can't even tie their shoelaces, that kind of thing. So it's weird. I don't want to speculate personally what's happened behind the scenes. But that's just what's happened.
Well, I think Ilphonic built their components for it, and they're now being integrated by the rest of the Star Citizen team.
Yeah.
And you might want to wonder whether they did that prematurely, or should they have kept Ilphonic on for a bit longer so they integrated a bit more quickly, because they are the ones who are, very familiar with how they did it. So,
well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't think they have the money to do it. I think there's a lot of speculation that they're running out of money. I don't think they're running out of money, but I think they don't. They're having to tighten the belts at the moment, realizing that the amount of money coming in is not getting smaller, but not growing as they potentially expected. And I think it's largely why we've seen a big shift in the community management side of it, and ditching some of the stuff in there to try and condense that down a bit, as well as Aaron Roberts is taken over that role of, I can't remember the exact title, but he's been trying to streamline a lot of these processes, trying to make everything more efficient inside the company. So I don't think they have a lot of budget to just say throw some money at it anymore.
Or at least they're trying to be responsible about it. But
exactly.
A lot of the community backlash about the whole FPS thing is that, like Ilphonic or Star Citizen or whatever producer or manager had given us a deadline of when Star Marine would come out. Was it 2 or 3 months ago? And they haven't reached that deadline, and now Ilphonic are no longer in contract. But we can only speculate what happened, whether they couldn't keep up, or whether they weren't good enough, or if people are now trying to pick up the pieces. But as officially, as far as we know, they ended up on good terms, in the last around the verse, like Sandy was like, thank you to Ilphonic and stuff like that. And they even gave a shout out to their next project on Kickstarter or whatever. So as far as I know, they ended up on good terms. Things just happened or whatever, and they just decided, looking forward in the future, that it would be better to release 2.0 before Star Marine. As long as everything comes out and everything is fine, I don't really mind, but that's just me.
Well, I think it becomes an efficiency game where you spend a lot of time developing for something that's not related to later on.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that earlier at one point with the multiplayer stuff, where they didn't want to just hack in some crap. They would rather build the stuff that the future multiplayer is going to be based on.
Yeah.
To deploy that instead of just hacking together something, wasting a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
I really think they're starting to understand what needs to be done to get the game released, how much time it's going to take, and what's going to be available before the rest of it. And another huge source of revenue for them is going to be Squadron 42.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
People are gonna. I mean, they're gonna release it for something. I don't know, probably 20, 30 euros per chapter or something like that. And that's gonna be a huge source of revenue. And that's where all of their focus really right now is going to build the environments and the setup for that. I believe personally.
Well, yeah, the entire Manchester team, which is the biggest part of CIG, is devoted solely to Squadron 42 right now, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see how that works. I mean, how that looks, because there are a phenomenal number of people who want nothing to do with the PU. They just want the game for Squadron 42. They're antisocial, or they just don't like playing with others, even if you can play the PU, as a sole kind of like trader or whatever. They're just looking forward to Squadron 42. That is what they're most looking forward to, and so am I. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the PU more probably because I'm with an organization and we're all looking forward to playing together. But Squadron 42, just given the cast alone, man, Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill,
Mark Strong,
John
Rhys Davis,
yes,
Gillian Anderson,
He knows them all, except not all of them.
Yeah.
Except not all of them, yes.
Jeez, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be freaking awesome. It really
Yeah.
is.
So, back to,
The future?
back to back to Star Marine components being released in 2.0. They did mention that you'll get a default loadout that they had specified. You'll be getting like a med kit. You'll be getting a pistol. Everybody starts off with like this arc pistol. You get the UE.
Question? If you bought that Magnum pistol or whatever it is, not the laser PPO thing, you get that one instead.
That is a good question.
I get a specific pistol as well as a backer reward for $15 or $16 million or something.
That is a good point.
Maybe later. Maybe it's the canned Chris response. We're looking at it for the future, but not for the initial release.
Yeah, I mean, if you do get it, it'll probably just be a reskin until they think what exactly they're going to be giving you, because they don't want it to be, pay to win, or, get in first to win, or whatever. But yeah, so you'll be getting a pistol, they're just calling it the arc pistol. You'll be getting light armor, I presume just the green UEE basics, bog standard light armor. Maybe you'll be able to unlock some more armor as you play, or maybe you'll just get it when Star Marine segment comes out. You'll be getting the RSI helmet, helmet, that, the flippy helmet thing. You'll be getting that standard with your character. And what else? I think that's it, really. And then as for other pickups, they said that they labeled one station, Korea, as being a station where you can get an assault rifle. So I'm guessing that's going to be where all the PvP is going to be, because people are going to try and stop people from getting there and getting the pickup, and people are going to get the pickup and then go somewhere else and, it's like, destroy people, So that's that. And that's pretty much all there was to that post, except for more hype.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hype train will be leaving in 5 minutes from Hypeville.
HYPErdrive's engaged, Captain.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yes, it's not the hype train, it's the HYPErdrive.
The HYPErdrive,
yes, of course it has to be. Anyway, if you get a ship, you spawn in, you get your ship out, and then you fly over to, do a mission, and somebody steals it from under you.
Steals your ship.
Lifetime insurance, baby.
Yes. No. I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about the long-term repercussions, just the short-term. Then you log out, you log back in.
Lifetime insurance.
Obviously, you're going to spawn in at the startup station, and then you go into the ship call out, and then get the same ship out. What happens? Are there two of your ship now in the verse?
2 instances of your ship. Are we speculating this for 2.0?
Yes.
How does it work currently in Arena Commander Free Flight? I'm gonna imagine that it's gonna be slightly similar unless they change.
They
it.
despawn it.
It just despawns.
When you're inside it,
No, if you died, your ship despawns.
even when somebody else is flying it.
Yes.
How does that work? Do they die?
That person dies. Yeah.
But in the
Maybe-
persistent universe, they will potentially just have every single ship will have its own identification number.
Yes.
Technically, they
Right.
can do it like this. They have every ship has its own ID number. Someone's flying your ID number. You log back in. Your ship is gone.
Yes. I believe that's how it works.
It's stolen. Done.
Yeah.
They then are flying your ship. You can't magically despawn it.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to buy like a tracking chip or something so I can at least chase them down.
Yeah, exactly. You would need to then know exactly where the ship is and go after them and get it back.
Well, that's also when you go to like jobs and request a job, put a bounty on that ship serial number.
Remotely disable it like an Android phone.
Or at the very least, a remote detonator.
Oh,
Whatever, lifetime insurance, bitch. Ting. Yes.
good ideas. Yes, a lot of good ideas coming out here. We need to get a developer in on this, and so
Yeah.
they see what we're talking about.
Yeah, speaking of the future though, just people hijacking ships. I've heard a couple of people, spoiled sports, I think I'd like to call them, who've been like, oh yeah, if a pirate comes and tries to hijack my ship, in my constellation, and like they get inside, I'm gonna strap it with explosives and go down with the ship. I'm thinking that in the future, E-War, electronic warfare ships, I'm thinking that they're gonna play a huge part in piracy and being able to deactivate things like self-destruct before really salty victims blow up their entire cargo.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what they're banking on as well,
Yeah.
considering how much effort they're putting into this whole thing.
Yeah.
Being able to take over somebody's ship without firing a single bullet is a very interesting prospect.
That's why we have energy weapons, yo.
Fine. Speaking of energy weapons, are we ever going to get a hit scan stuff?
Head scan stuff.
Yeah, basically means that, it travels at the speed of light, basically hitting the target instantaneously instead of, because everything, even the energy weapons right now, are projectile.
Yeah, they're called lasers because, it's a better word to call something than lasers, but they're plasma, aren't they? Like they're like plasma energy.
Energy projectiles. They're not actual light beam based weapons.
Has Chris stated that he even wants like beams in the game, as in like like a constant beams?
Well, there will be mining lasers one day.
Mining lasers, but will they work like plasma or will they work like beams?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Chris knows.
Yeah. Or
Chris
does
is
he?
making it up as he goes along or something.
Oh shit, that's a good question. Yeah, well, basically, and then his coders are like shit.
Well, I think in the final version of the game, well, I think that's what he usually says in 10 for the Chairman. It's okay, we all make shit up as we go along.
Yeah. The best people do, I suppose. Yeah.
I don't think this game can come too soon. Want it now.
It can. I'm busy right now at work. I don't have enough time for gaming.
Oh, you don't have a good computer enough to run it anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Let's set up a GoFundMe to get Joe a new graphics card. But anyway, Hype Train, aka HYPErdrive, is in full swing, and we are very expecting the 2.0.
Yep.
Except Joe, because he's busy at work and can't play it.
Heathen.
Correct.
Disappointing.
Anyway, this has been yet another episode of Fortnightly Frontier. I've been Darionator.
Ivan Meyer _test. That's Twitch TV. Yeah.
And I'm Mr. Loose Unit.
And we will see you in the verse.
In the verse.
That's Twitch TV /my_test.
Just how south are you from? Originally.
South as it goes, brother. South as it goes. Actually, Argentina is technically more southern.
Yeah, but is it like this Tasmania also more south?
But they don't... What the fuck? You need to learn some geography.
I always thought that, like, if this is Australia, then New Zealand's up here somewhere. Is it down here?
This is Australia, New Zealand is down here.
Oh, is it down there? Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Argentina is, I think, technically a few degrees further south at its lowest point. But they don't speak English there, they just speak Argentine.
Argentina?
Is it not? Yeah, it is.
It's
No,
Argentina.
I think we call it Argentina.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.